Hi, I'd like to take 5 minutes to talk to you about the Designing for Digital Delivery programme and just give you an overview of the 5-part programme that will give you confidence to create engaging virtual training. Who am I? Well, my name is Sheridan Webb and I will guide you through the programme. I'm the founder of the Training Designers Club and I've been designing training for over 25 years now, so I've picked up quite a lot of handy things that I can share with you along the way. So why should you enrol in this programme? Well, virtual training is here to stay. No matter what happens with global pandemics, I think it's fair to say that virtual training will be a part of every L&D strategy going forward. Organisations and clients are demanding it and end users are expecting it. We do everything else digitally these days. The internet is an integral part of our lives. Why isn't it part of our training life? So it's definitely embedded now in part of our culture. It's more efficient and environmentally friendly. It's a hell of a lot more cost effective for organisations to deliver. And frankly, if you don't offer it, you are missing out, particularly if you're a freelance trainer. But even as an internal person, if you're not able to deliver virtually, you are restricting what you can offer your organisation. So maybe you feel that designing virtual training is too time consuming. It just takes too long for you to create that really impactful workshop, if indeed you know how to do that anyway. You may feel that you're struggling to cover the same content in less time. There's been a big challenge for people to condense one-day workshops into maybe 2 or 3 hour sessions without losing any of the value. And that has definitely been a challenge for us this year. But there are ways that we can work around that, and there are things that we can do. But maybe that is something that's been challenging you as you've tried to make the move until now. You may find that it's difficult to keep engagement high when you're delivering via a screen. Obviously, it depends a little bit on the platform that you're using, but when you're used to delivering in that live environment, it's not always immediately obvious how you can generate that same level of engagement when you're delivering virtually, but it is possible. Maybe you're confused by all the different apps and platforms out there, because it seems to me that not a week goes by when there isn't something else being marketed as being the answer to really engaging online training. And there's loads of great stuff out there, but it can be a bit of a minefield. So maybe it just all feels a bit too complicated and you've decided to just wait, ride it out and wait for face-to-face training to come back, or maybe involve people with a little bit of e-learning in the meantime. But I do think we are missing a trick if that's the case. And don't worry, because help is at hand. And help can come in the form of this 5-module programme. So I'll talk you through what we cover on this programme very, very briefly. The first module is planning. So let's get some clarity before we even start. I've found a lot of people struggle because they start in the wrong place, frankly. So we're going to make sure that everyone is starting where they should start with their virtual training design. From then, we look at content. So how do you decide what to include in your virtual training session and what should be the blend? How are we best going to get that content over to our delegates? From there, we look at structure. So how to structure the content so that it flows and is engaging. Whether you're running a 60-minute session or a full day, if we structure it in the right way, we're much more likely to keep people engaged for the whole session. Which brings us on to module 4, which is all about methods. So how are we going to bring that content to life so that we maximize learning? And then our final session, which kind of brings it all together, is on those finishing touches. So we're going to be looking at those facilitation tips that will help us to make the most of the course that we've designed, and have a look at some of the other additional platforms that we could use if we wanted to enhance our virtual courses. So here's what some past participants have said. So just to summarise, This is not a visual design course, so it's not about doing whizzy graphics or fancy animations or anything like that. It's not that sort of training design, not an e-learning course or that sort of platform. It's not a technical course. We're not looking at cameras, microphones, lighting, sound, backdrops, or anything like that. That is an entirely different kettle of fish and not something that I would say I was an expert in. It's not about using Zoom or any of the other applications that are out there. Again, everyone uses different platforms to deliver their training, and they are constantly being updated. So you're best off trying to get help with that from those platforms themselves. It's not even about online facilitation. Well, not really. I mean, as you can imagine, you get a group of L&D professionals on a course together. Of course, we're going to talk about it to a certain extent, but it's very much about being focused on the design. So it's a training design course, so how to design a great training session, and the principles apply to face-to-face as well, but we are looking at it with the expectation that the training is going to be delivered virtually. So we've always got that at the forefront of our mind as we work through the training design process. So if that seems like it might be useful to you, secure your place, enroll now. We start on Tuesday the 10th of November and we run for 5 weeks, which means that we finish on the 8th of December. So just visit the Training Designers Club website, and if you look on the Learn to Design Training tab and bring that down, you'll find the Designing Digital Delivery Program tab there. So you can enroll via the website, or if you are already a VIP member of the Training Designers Club, please go via the members homepage and you can enroll for half price. So I hope that was helpful, and I really hope to see you in November.